Hello, Miss Christine. How are we doing today? Welcome to today's live Q&A.
Morning.
Good morning. How's your weekend been?
It's all right. I've got a bit of a headache, but it's all right.
Oh, that's no fun.
Right?
Yeah. Anything contributing to the headache or?
Just life. Been a rough
Totally
week.
fair.
Rough couple weeks at work.
Yeah, a lot on the brain, right? I'm curious,
Hmm.
have we been implementing some journaling before bed this week?
No, no,
Well,
but the, the weekends are a little bit easier.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you typically going to bed at a similar time every day?
Yeah, I go to bed like I think it wind down is like 20 to 10 and I'm in bed by like sleeping by 10.
Okay, so what if at like 9:30 you were to set an alarm and spent 10 minutes just kind of getting everything on your brain out on a paper? Do you think that might be beneficial for you right now and the overwhelm going on in the head?
Maybe I'm wondering if it just isn't going to add more because then you bring light to it at the end of the day.
See, but our brains will continuously spiral the same things until it gets a resolve. And so oftentimes us just compartmentalizing it and hoping that we just don't think about it, that it doesn't exist, our brains are still in overdrive, still processing it, even if we're trying to avoid processing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I get it.
I'm
It
I'm
could,
a full avoidant anyway.
right? I get it. I totally get it. And I definitely urge you to challenge this. Because obviously we don't want our head to hurt all the time. And if our brains are constantly in overdrive trying to process things with us avoiding it, it's going to prolong those symptoms. And so I definitely strongly encourage you to start doing things out of the norm, to start processing things differently than we have, so we can start addressing the things and not avoiding them, and ideally being able to heal past them and not have them hold on to us and impact our health for any longer than they should, right?
Right.
But outside of that, Miss Christine, I would love to hear a win from you, whether it's from today or this past week.
Mm, I got all my workouts in and I've been doing my steps this last couple days, whether I want
Hell
to or not.
yeah. I love that. I love that. Been crushing it over there and really challenging yourself to push through that comfort zone. So I applaud you in showing up and doing the hard work, even on the days where we don't feel like it. Oh, I think
Right?
we got Miss Pamela tuning in here. I got Zoom user. Is that Miss Pamela?
Yes, it is. Good
Well,
morning, Miss Lucy.
hello. Good morning, Miss Pamela. How are we doing this morning?
We are doing really well. It's supposed to snow today, but it's also 6 degrees, so
Oh
figure
my
that one out.
goodness.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
curious if you guys are actually going to get that snow over there. That's a warm, sunny day.
I know it's beautiful and sunny here, so I have no idea what it's going to happen.
I cannot trust the Weather Network if my life depended on it. Like my phone, for some reason, if I'm even using like on iPhone their Weather Network app that comes with it, if I compare to another iPhone user with the same app, we have vastly different temperatures and predictions for the weather. It'll be like sunshine and sunny for me, and then it'll be like Brandon, it'll be like storms and negative below. I'm like, what? How do we have such vast different temperature gauges? I don't get it.
That is really weird.
Hmm.
But we can also get weather forecasts for Cache Creek that are totally different
Yeah, like
than Ashcroft.
we would be right in Cache Creek together by side looking at our phones, and like I could not tell you. So
That is weird.
I don't trust the weather, but even to look outside, I can't trust it because yesterday we were going rock climbing. And typically this is ice climbing season, but because the weather is predicting such beautiful sunshiny weather, we decided to go rock climbing instead. And when I woke up, I look outside and it was so gloomy and so cold and so windy. And I was like, this is not going to be a great day for rock climbing. But thankfully, and it was so windy. Like we got there, the winds were just going. And then once we got to the actual climbing spot, we were perfectly sheltered. And then the sun ended up coming out and we were so nice and warm. And I was like, wow, like I can't even trust the weather in the morning to predict the day or let alone my app. So
I
this
saw
is
the
why.
video.
Yeah, right?
It was cool, really good. Makes me
Yeah.
makes me think I could do that.
You absolutely could, Miss Pamela. Absolutely. I wish that Cache Creek had and like Ashcroft had more like gyms to like go climbing and whatnot, but Kamloops does have an indoor climbing gym. And so that's
Yes.
how I started was I started with indoor climbing and built my strength in there. And then thankfully I meet so many friends that are climbing guides. Like how lucky am I that I just
Oh,
get
wow.
brought out and taught all the fun skills for free with people that are certified. I could not be more grateful. I get very lucky.
That is cool. Yes, I have a number of times thought, gee, I'd like to go to that. And one day I maybe will when my legs feel stronger.
It's honestly, it's a full body movement. Like there's going to be a lot of upper body strength pulling yourself up, but also you want to engage the legs, right? And so one of the biggest things that I learned when it came to climbing, especially like when I started ice climbing, the biggest thing that I took away was that I would pull myself up with the picks. I would like pick them in and then I'd do like a pull up to get myself up. And of course, my forearms would just fatigue so fast. They'd just be burning. I'm like, oh my goodness, what a workout. And then my guide told me to use my legs. And so when I'm in this position to just kind of hang and let loose of my arms and then use my legs to stand up like I would with a squat. So you're trying to get your feet up as high as you can and then squat up and press your hips to the wall. And that really takes off a lot of the pressure on the wrists and the forearms. And it just becomes a whole full body movement. But
Oh, that makes sense. You're kind of
what's
seesawing back and forth between the arms and the legs.
yeah, exactly. So you're not fatiguing your arms because obviously our strongest part are going to be our legs since we walk on our legs all day, not our hands, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so that's a really great technique. But what's really cool about climbing is that you have to become very aware of your body position in the wall. And that's something that I'm still very much learning is where your hips are going to be is going to play into how difficult the climb is. If your hips are further away from the wall, there's going to be a lot more tension in your arms and you're going to fatigue a lot faster versus if you're closer to the wall. And so being able to shift your weight as you're climbing is one of the greatest skills that you can have while climbing. Yes, there's strength. Yes, there is body awareness and lower body and endurance, but it's really coming down to that body awareness and how to make it even easier for yourself.
Mhm. I noticed you weren't wearing gloves. Now, is that a normal thing for rock climbing? I would have
Yep.
thought like fingerless gloves would have been good because then you don't smash up the rest of your hand, but your fingertips are still there. Like that, yes.
Yeah, so I did ask about that to one of my guides yesterday actually because I was like I would much prefer to climb in gloves and they're like absolutely not. There is no way in heck that you are allowed to climb in gloves because you really need a lot of body awareness between your hands and the rock to get a firm grip. And what's going to happen with gloves is you're more likely to slip and it's going to create a lot more issues and you're not going to be as aware. And at the end of the day, like this only came from me falling, so I wouldn't have scratched myself if I didn't lose my grip and hit the wall. Um, but I mean that's a part of the sport too when you're outdoor climbing is
Well,
like
yeah.
there's going to be you're going to build calluses, you're going to have rougher hands. You use chalk as best as you can, but like climbers don't have the prettiest hands for a good reason, but they do have
Hmm.
very strong hands.
Cool. I love that mug.
Thank you. She is incredible. She is down in Mexico. She handcrafts all of these mugs. I buy them. I buy one for my birthday every single year. There's a shop in Banff that sells them. Um, Incredible artists. They're quite expensive. I want to say they're like $50 for a mug.
Hmm.
But it's my birthday gift to myself every year, and I break every single one.
Oh no.
I've broken like I've tried to repair this one's repaired on the handle up here, here, down here. The whole handle got broken. So I glued that back together. Some of them have broken entirely where they're just not repairable at all. And it's a sad, sad day, but I live in a van, so I can't really expect to have nice things that aren't gonna fall off my shelf and break.
Yeah. Well, and it is a shame too because it's just so beautiful.
They're so beautiful. They are so beautiful. I'm like, it makes my day. Like, I will not drink my coffee in any other mug. Like, if I have to wash a cup just so I can have my special mug, I will, because there's there's something about having a good mug. Can anyone else relate with that, or am I just weird?
Well, I do.
Okay, okay. I'm glad that I'm not alone there.
Mhm.
So before we get into Q&A, I kind of just wanted to go on a little rant that I was thinking about this morning and kind of looking at my experience from yesterday and going rock climbing with some people. And I really wanted to emphasize with you all because I think that this is something that you guys are going to be able to resonate with. But the fastest way for us to grow and achieve our goals is to put ourselves in rooms where we feel uncomfortable, where we're not the most impressive one in the room, where there are people in the room that know a lot more than us, right? And that's the experience that I have when I'm going out rock climbing because, again, I get so lucky that I get to go out with all these very experienced guides. But I sometimes forget that these guides have been in the industry for 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years in these sports. And then I find myself comparing myself and going, oh man, like I wish that I was as strong as them. I wish that I was there. And comparison is always going to be the thief of joy, right? But the other thing you got to think about is like, I haven't put the work in to be at their level. And yet I go out with very little. That was my third time rock climbing outdoors. And you go out on my experience level, I have not put the work in to deserve their level of strength, right? Their level of skill. And yet sometimes we still are down on ourselves and we still expect ourselves to perform at the level of which we have not put the work in. And one of the biggest things that I have learned along my journey is to remove that comparison. And yet it still comes up, but catching myself and recognizing that it's intentional and it is critical for us if we want to see growth to surround ourselves with people that are going to challenge your thinking or your skill set. They're going to raise the standard. They're going to inspire you to level up. And they're already doing the things that you want to do. And that's probably why a lot of you ladies are in this program right now, because that's what we focus on with online coaching, right? We're challenging your thinking and your skill set. We're raising the standard in which that you have set for yourself and always pushing that bar, right? We're inspiring you to level up and push yourself, whether it's progressive overload or your nutrition or your habits, and being around someone who's already doing the things that you want to do. Where I've been in this industry for the last decade and then teaching you guys what I've learned along the way too, right? And so it is so crucial that we are in rooms and surrounding ourselves with people that inspire us. And I'm sure you've all heard of the term like you are the majority of who you surround yourself with. You are the top 5 people that you're closest with. And there is nothing that could be further from the truth. Like you can like sometimes there are people that we cannot control, right? Like people at work and family members, and there's people that we can't control being in our lives that might have a negative impact, but there's also the people that we choose to give our energy to spend our time with, and who's going to help us level up. And if we're hanging around people that are always bringing us down, that are always demotivating us, that are maybe like putting down our goals or saying that, we're too obsessive or we're putting too much work in, but if they're not where we want to be, we can't take advice or criticism from someone that we don't want to be like, right? And so that's one of the biggest things to take into consideration. And one of the biggest lessons I learned yesterday when I was out with these climbers is I had done a climbing route and we were all packing up and getting ready to finish up. And they're like, oh, Lucy, like, do you want to do one more round on that last route that you just did before, like, we clean it all up and take the rope down? And I'm like, I did not like that route at all. I did not have fun. I did not enjoy it. It was hard. It was a different type of rock than the other climbs. And like, I was like, I hated that. Did not like it. And they're like, you should probably do it again. And I really liked the fact that like it would have been so easy for me to just go, I don't want to do it. I'm dead for the day. But because someone else challenged me, because I was in that right environment, they're like, Lucy, like you should just do it again. It's set up. We're here and you're here to train and get stronger. How are you going to get stronger if you don't do it again? I'm like, fine, I'll do it. And then when I went to go do it a second time, I just sipped right up. It was so easy. And I was like, oh my goodness, like that was actually way more enjoyable. And I would have left that experience just despising that one climb and be like, oh, it was so weak, it was so tough, and da 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 da. And then the second time I went around, because I did it once and I learned and I had people coaching me through it, I was able to get through it that much more efficiently. And so I really want to take home that it's so crucial that we surround ourselves with people that are willing to push our limits versus the ones that are going to question the things that you're doing to challenge yourself. If that's like, oh, like looking at the time, I haven't got my steps in today, so I'm going to go for a walk and get my steps in. And then someone's like, oh, really? Like, it's 9 o'clock. You should just like settle down and stop being so obsessive over your steps. It's just one day. Like, just chillax. Those type of people don't have the same vision as us. They probably aren't in the same position as us or wanting to get to where we want to get to. So we can't take on that kind of advice from people that we don't want to be like. And so that's why it's so important that we are selective with who is in our inner circle. And so really trying to focus on being around people that are stronger than you, smarter than you, braver than you, more disciplined than you, so that you can put yourself in rooms that are more expansive. Their habits become contagious. Their mindset becomes normal to you, right? Like, how many times have I told you guys to challenge your self identity? How many times have I told you that, like, I identify as an athlete, even though I was never athletic growing up? That mindset is now normal to me. Now I get to go and do really cool things because I've decided that that is who I am. If I never stepped into that, I would still be too scared. I would say I'm not strong enough. I'm not confident enough. I don't have the skill set. Instead, I'm willing to put myself in the rooms where I can grow and learn. And so when you're around people that show you what success looks like and show you that it's possible, that inspires you more so to know that that's possible for you too. And so if you want a different life, it starts with choosing a different circle. And I know that you guys are ready to make that step because you're in this program and you've surrounded yourself with other like-minded, strong, badass women on the same journey as you. And so that's kind of what I wanted to start off with sharing with you guys because that was kind of my little lesson over this past weekend. And I hope that that resonates with you and gives you some things to reflect on and being really selective with who you're allowing into your inner circle. But with that being said, I would love to answer any questions today for live Q&A.
Okay, I'll go.
Love it.
Um, for, oh gosh, a year or more, I've been complaining about my legs being heavy. Um, from reading and stuff I've done, I'm wondering if it's stuck fascia. Um, or what, but I do extra, I lay in bed and stretch in the morning before I get up. I do it when I get into bed at night and I stretch my legs. And I periodically during the day, I'm doing some stretchings and stuff, but my legs, like if I go down to reach my toes, I can do it quite easily, but
Good.
I should be able to put my hands flat on the floor
Who said you should be
with,
able to do that?
because I've always been able to do
Okay.
that.
Okay. Your comparison is
So
I
me,
used to be able to. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Got you.
okay. Um, but when I do bend over like that, it's really tight all the way up the back of my legs. And yet I'm doing all my exercises in my workouts and I'm doing extra stretching and stuff. And I'm even doing some extra elliptical work because I figure that's better than a treadmill because basically I do my steps flat every day, but I want some variety so that the legs are pumping. So I do some elliptical. So anyway, I'm just
So, oftentimes, when an area feels chronically tight, especially the hamstrings, it's definitely an area that is going to be more common for people. It's due to muscular weakness. And so it's like sometimes when we feel really tight, we're like, okay, I just got to stretch my hamstrings. I got to do the stretches. I got to bring more blood flow. And like, yes, stretching can bring some blood flow and some flexibility. But if we're not strong in that area, we're going to constantly feel restricted. And so, like, things like the elliptical or walking are very quad dominant, right? They're forward moving. And so, for the hamstrings, it's really getting really specific with our training and really isolating the hamstrings and doing unilateral exercises. And I'm going to make a note right now, and then we can kind of chat a little bit more on that. Uh, hmm, hmm. Hamstring. Right. And so I'd definitely be curious to start seeing some unilateral hamstring exercises and noticing how much weaker the hamstrings are compared to the quads, which is quite like often the case. And then really isolating to see like, is there some muscular imbalances when we're doing unilaterals? One tighter than the other? Is one stronger than the other? And then being able to rebuild that strength is going to really help with that tightness. Does that make sense?
Yep,
Amazing. Um,
absolutely.
so yeah, I'll go over your program and then we'll implement some stuff that is really specific to strengthening the hamstrings and really working on lengthening the hamstrings under progressive overload versus just doing a bunch of stretches throughout the day. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Also, if you have a lacrosse ball, it's not gonna feel pretty. You can do it
I
with
have
a
a
foam
tennis ball.
roller. Tennis ball might not do the trick. It might not be hard enough. Otherwise, I'd go for a trigger point foam roller, the ones with the little bumps on it.
Yep.
There's one at the gym that's pretty aggressive, and put that on the back of your hamstring and then kind of prop yourself with your hands and just kind of roll the back of your hamstring one at a time. And that you'll find some fun stuff in there.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
might feel a little aggressive to start with the trigger points, but that would be what I would suggest for really breaking up any built up scar tissue and promoting blood flow to the hamstrings versus just doing a bunch of stretches if we're not seeing any relief there.
Okay.
And would you
That
say it's
makes
very isolated just to the hamstring, or is it going into the calves as well? Is it going into the glutes or the low back when you're doing a forward fold?
no problem with the glutes. The calf muscle maybe a little bit, not as much as the hamstrings. But like if I'm just stretching it right now and I can feel more pressure in the back. Not that it hurts. Actually it feels good.
Yeah, just feeling like a pull in that low
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. And I don't know, like when we age, I know we sort of shrink, but
Darn gravity.
yeah, no kidding. We shrink and sink.
Oh,
Yeah,
doesn't the gym still have an inversion table?
it does. And I actually, someone was in there one day that I know quite well, and I said, I want to go on that inversion thing, but I don't feel comfortable just doing it myself to begin
Totally.
with.
Hmm.
And so she helped me on with it. And I have thought that I should probably use that more often, so maybe I'll try that
Oh,
again.
it is magical. There is nothing that can replicate a full body stretch the way that an inversion table does. And yes, it's very crucial that like I would always make sure there's another person in the gym if you're doing that on your own, or B, there is a safety mechanism on the back. So you'll see this little like strap with a carabiner on it. And then
Okay.
that's going to attach at the back of the inversion table. So basically what that's going to do is it's going to bring you to like this incline versus here. So it'll stop you here so that you still can grab the bars and pull yourself back up if you were to end up getting stuck. Now the next thing is really making sure that you're setting it up for your right height. So you'll see on like the pole where the foot attachment is that you can pull
Hmm.
it in and out, and there's gonna be numbers on it. So you're gonna go for roughly, it's gonna say like your height, roughly your height, but it's not always your height based on our weight. It's gonna play into as well. And so basically when you're laying on it, if you were to lay on it without moving your arms, like you lock yourself in, if it's already moving back, we got to adjust it to make it longer. And so then you want to be able to like strap yourself in, lay back into it, and it's not moving. And then you want to move and control the motion with your arms. And so as I'm like on my side here, I'm going to start bringing my arms slowly over my chest. And then it's going to start folding back. And then you'll be able to control if I bring my arms forward, it's going to pull me forward. If I bring them over my head, it's going to bring me back. Now you want to use the arms to be able to control the motion nice and slow. You don't want it to flip really fast. And so that's why you need to make sure it's the right height for you so that you can use the arms and let it slow, slow, slow until your arms can go over your head and then you're in that diagonal or even completely inverted.
Okay, that was the scary part before. I never thought about using my arms. I was
Yes.
actually using my arms by holding on
Yeah.
rather than like that.
Yeah. So the
So,
moment you lay in, if it's already tipping back, you want to make
yeah,
it taller for you. And
right.
then it's all going to be just slow. Like if you jerk your arms, it's going to jerk the thing. So you want to just slowly move it and control it until it's inverted. And then once you're inverted, then you can place your hands onto the ground and get that full stretch. Make sure that it's tight enough so that you're not holding too much with your ankles. Like you're naturally going to want to hold on into the pad so that you're not slipping out, but you want to make
Right.
sure it's tight enough so that you can let loose a little bit here. So you're not like clenching on for dear life and then holding all the muscles and they're not getting proper stretching, right?
Okay. Sounds
Um,
good. Although lately, so often when I go there, I'm the only one there.
I know,
I
right? It's such a
I
hit or
mean, I
miss.
I absolutely love it. Or there might be one person at the other end. But other than that, yeah,
Yeah.
quite. And then other times I can go there and there might be 10 people in there, which drives me crazy. But
Yeah, so I would definitely check to put that safety mechanism on, and the safety mechanism won't let you fully invert. You'll come about here, and then you can grab the handles and pull yourself up if needed.
okay, I'm just writing this down.
And then I personally, for safety mechanisms, if you're alone in the gym, like make sure that you have your phone on you,
Yeah.
just so that you could grab it if needed, and call if you needed someone to come help. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, there have been cases where people have inversion tables at home and they don't know how to properly set them up. They don't put the safety mechanism on. It's not set up the right height, and then once they fully invert, it locks and they can't move. And people have had to call emergency services to be able to bring them back up. So
Oh,
it,
good
it
to know.
it has happened. It can lock it if it's not set up the right height for you, and you're doing it like I've been able to lock it out, but I know how to get out of it.
Hmm.
But for someone that's never used it before, it locks out. You don't know how to get out. It can be pretty scary, and then you're inverted. You get all this blood flow to your head. So yeah, just food for thought.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Of course.
Oh, and I have one more question.
Yeah.
When we had our phone call last week, you were going to send me notes, and I don't know how were you
Oh,
going to send them?
did I not send those? Okay, I'll make a note right now. Send those back over to you.
Note to send notes.
Note to send notes. Send notes.
Am I the only one on here?
No, we got Miss Christine as well.
Oh,
Hi.
Hello, Miss Christine.
good morning, Christine.
Good morning.
Did we have any questions for Q&A today, Miss Christine?
Oh, I don't know. My biggest thing is the meals, and because I am struggling through having to, I don't know, I have to be picky
Yeah.
because I've got some dietary issues. They're not even restrictions at this point, they're issues. So trying to find something that's gluten-free, lactose-free, doesn't have pork, doesn't have A, B, or C, and then even like the protein stuff, like I was mentioning this week, just does not work. The
Yeah.
powders, it
Yeah.
just, it's gross. It's not even that it's gross, it's that my body doesn't like it,
Totally.
and reacts. Like this morning, I put in this, well, yesterday, I put in chat GPT the what I have in my fridge. Make me a plan. And it made a plan that met all the macros and the calories for each day. And I cook it up today. The macros for protein on Chat GPT were 31 grams. And
Hmm.
today, looking at what I've logged, it's like 16. And I'm like, what the hell?
Okay, let me dive into
Like,
that because I
it's so
think we
much
had an issue the
calories.
other day too with the calories being too high. I wanted to dive
And I think
in.
that that is because the shake that I was talking about and the calories, because it came up to like 750
Yeah, I'm
grams.
like, that doesn't make quite too much
But I
sense.
think what happened there, and I haven't figured out how to go back and look at the ingredients it selects for the recipe. When I did another one, like input your own recipe or ingredients, I noticed that it was registering something at half a cup as something completely different, and then the calories were extremely high. So I went in and selected a different ingredient and it had accurate calories. So I think that that was happening with that one, but this one I just I'm struggling with the balance of everything, and the volume is insane. Like I can't even get through the meals right now, and I'm
Yeah.
still
Volume, especially when we're limited too, right? Like it's going to be like when we're going for nutrient dense whole food sources, people are shocked with how much food you can eat. And that's why we talked about like high volume versus low volume foods a few lives ago, because some people might be struggling with being hungry in a caloric deficit because we tend to go for foods that are more processed and highly caloric versus when we can only eat high volume foods, then we can have so much food for such little calories and we have to eat so much more of it, right? Um, can you, is it logged for today? Is that the
today
breakdown?
is one of them. Yeah,
And which um where was the discrepancy with the log? It was that the protein was lower for today, Christine? No? Miss Christine?
I'm I'm bouncing from screen to screen. It mutes me.
Was it today that you're saying that you inputted into ChatGPT and it came out with lower? Or is it
Higher. So
are,
the breakfast for today says 27 grams of protein. And the last I looked at when I logged it, it was not that. I can't go back and forth on this in chat. But it's those things that are frustrating because you go through all this and it's work because it's like lactose free, gluten free, and then eliminating some of these other problem foods.
totally.
And if you settle on something, and I'm a plain eater. I don't need all the spices. I don't need any of that. It at the end of the day, the discrepancy is a bit challenging.
Okay, so for today, ChatGPT had said like 29 grams of protein, and we're only sitting at 13. Is that what we're looking at right now?
Yeah, like
Okay.
27 and then 13.
Okay, so then for ChatGPT, what ingredients did they have listed for you here?
Exactly what's there minus
Exactly that.
better. Well, other than half a grapefruit that's still sitting on my plate that I'm so full I can't get to it.
Hmm. What's it showing for the protein breakdown? Where's your protein coming from in ChatGPT?
Hold on. I might just have to send you a screenshot because I guess it's eggs, but other than that, I don't know.
Okay, so there's eggs, that's your protein source, but when I'm looking at our log, I'm not seeing any eggs tracked.
Maybe that's the problem.
That'll do it.
I haven't. I'm waking up now.
Yeah, because I see quinoa, tomato, mushroom, spinach, the lactose-free cheese, and some butter, which like
So maybe
love
that's what
all
it
of
is.
these ingredients. Very clean eating there. Love to see us mixing some different vegetables, some different fibers. But yeah, it's probably that we didn't log the eggs, so that's probably where we're missing a good chunk of our protein there.
I was doing it while I was on this call earlier, so
Okay. And then which day was the shake there?
I
It
want
was
to say it was Wednesday or Thursday.
okay. I'm gonna pull that up as well. Yeah, Thursday. Okay, so it's I have here banana, blueberry, peanut butter, one serving. Um, so was that something that you had saved as a meal, or is that something that you
Yeah.
selected in MyFitnessPal?
No, it was something I saved, and that's where I'm saying
Okay.
it may like if you
Yeah,
put in the recipe and
so are you
it
doing
guesses
recipe or are you doing save as a meal?
recipe.
Okay, so first off, don't do recipe, do save as a meal. Um, let me see if I can pop in here from my phone so I can share my screen with you guys. Ba, 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 ba. And I let myself in. Join from the app. Open.
The other one that my digestive system doesn't like is chia seeds, which makes it super fun for like all the easy things like overnight oats, no Greek yogurt, no chia seeds.
Yeah, definitely. There's gonna be some stuff to be mindful of for sure. Um, some people have noticed. Stay as a participant. Um, some people have noticed that chia seeds can be pretty tough on the digestive system, so sometimes soaking them can be easier on the digestive system. So that's one thing to consider.
Okay.
Let me see if I can share. Only host can share. Can I change that in my settings? Can I allow people to share? Advanced settings. Multiple participants can share. Let's see if that lets me share now. Oh yeah. Wait. Okay. Can we see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so let's go over the shake, for example. What did we have here in the ingredients?
Oh, you're gonna challenge me. I had there was milk, a banana.
How much milk?
Oh goodness, I think it was half a cup.
2% or
Yeah, 2% lactose free.
let's do lactose free, 2%. And again, like for this one here, if I had the actual milk, I would just scan the barcode if
Yep.
it lets you. But let's say we'll go for this one, the second one here. Half a cup. Okay.
I had a banana.
Banana. One banana.
There was a quarter cup of blueberry.
Berries. And I mean, this is a volume food that you can add tons of, so feel free to add as much
That's
blueberries.
what I had.
Okay, sweet. That works too. Okay.
And there was a scoop of protein powder. And I want to say it was no, was it two? 2 teaspoons of peanut butter?
Teaspoons or tablespoons?
Tablespoons. And that was it, I believe.
Okay. Now, one thing to
Been a
note
while.
too, I don't know if you're using a
Yep.
scale for the peanut butter, but I
Nope.
definitely would go for, if you have a scale, use a scale for the peanut butter because like 1 tablespoon visually versus what 1 tablespoon actually is can be quite a discrepancy and really add those calories in without us even being aware of it. So
Right.
for peanut butter, I definitely always weigh that one because it can be so easy to add more than what's there. But if I'm looking like rough here, we got the milk, we got banana, blueberries, protein powder, and some peanut butter. If I go save as a meal, do you see that button here in the little corner, the 3 dots?
Okay.
And then save as a meal. I could take a photo. I often take a photo of whatever it is just for the visual. And then I could name it smoothie, blah, blah, blah. And then 36 grams of protein for 500 calories. So definitely go under your recipe and see what foods you have listed there because it might be that we probably accidentally added something that's already in there. Like we might have doubled the peanut butter by accident and just like added it twice. Sometimes that happens. With the recipes, it's hard because I can't see what you guys
Yeah.
have logged in it because it's all like in that. And even on my end, like if I go to an under recipe, I can't change any of this. So if I save this as a meal, let's say smoothie, I save it as a meal. And then when I go, let's say to tomorrow, and I want to add that same food, rather than my recipes, I'm going to go under my meals. This
Okay.
is where I save all my frequent meals here. And then let's say I want to do the same smoothie, but I don't want as many calories. Well, if I'm looking at overall, where the most of my calories coming from here?
The peanut butter.
Yeah. And so it's like, do I need the peanut butter in there? It's not a high protein source. It's adding some protein, but it's actually a high fat source. So, yes, it's a great source for like sustainable energy, but if we're trying to be in a caloric deficit and that's boosting the calories, then maybe I'm going to go from 1 tablespoon instead, or I might just eliminate entirely. So then here, instead of under my recipes, when it's as a meal, I can edit it going forward. So if I make the same thing again, I could just remove it and then I could save it and then I can add it and then it's all saved and ready to go. Easy.
That will help because I was trying to do that with the recipe
Yeah, for
component
some
that was
reason the
driving me
recipe
nuts.
is so limited. So save as a meal and it lets you change things. So it's like oftentimes I make like a taco sweet potato bowl, but sometimes I cut up a sweet potato. Sometimes it's 250 grams, sometimes it's 270 grams. Am I not going to eat the 20 grams when it's just there? Like, no, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna eat it, right? So like I just go like I have it saved as a meal, I add it in, and then I just adjust it to 270 instead of 250. So stuff like that
Okay,
makes your
well,
life
this is
so much
helpful.
easier. But I would definitely double check the ingredients and go like, is there anything? I'll stop sharing my screen here. Is there anything in here that I maybe accidentally doubled or didn't measure properly that's adding all those calories? Because I doubt that that shake was 800 calories, or maybe
God.
you're missing an ingredient there, but that we're not thinking of. But yeah, does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yep, that's helpful. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Do we have any other questions today, ladies?
Um, I missed the part where you said you save it as a meal. Like if you put all the ingredients into something,
Yeah.
what do you hit to save it as a meal?
So in the bottom, like each like breakfast, lunch, supper, what
Yeah,
you have like add food, and then
yeah.
beside it there's 3 little dots.
Hmm.
When you hit those 3 little dots, it'll give you that drop down menu and it'll say save as a meal.
Ah, okay. That's easy. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
I have two questions.
I love it.
Yeah. Built body vibration machines.
Waste of your time.
What are your thoughts on that?
Waste of your time.
Really? Doesn't do anything at all?
No.
No.
It feels good. It
Yeah.
feels good. You know, it makes
Okay.
everything shake. Like I've used them in the past. I worked at a gym before that had a Vibra Shake in an infrared like stand up type of thing. And so then I would just like I'd go in on a cold winter day. I got like the infrared that's quite warm, and then the whole body would shake, and like it warms things up and gets molecules moving. But like in terms of it actually helping tone or reduce fat or like it's absolute bogus. It's
Well,
absolute yeah.
I wasn't so much the tone or the fat. I didn't even think about those. I was just thinking that it might relax muscles a bit, but I haven't
I
really noticed that. The muscles I really want to relax, which is the back of my hamstrings, mm, even when I sit on it, it doesn't really reach it. The hamstring, it just reaches my butt, right?
yeah. I
So,
like you could do it, but I really
okay.
don't think it's gonna be like the best spent time. Like if you like it and you enjoy it, go for it, right?
Yeah.
It's not gonna hurt, but it doesn't really like there's a lot of pseudoscience around it. It doesn't really do too much of anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
My
I would
other question,
yeah,
oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
The other question is protein powder.
Yeah.
I want to get a protein powder that's not vanilla. I don't
Not
like
vanilla.
vanilla.
It's not getting vanilla.
Well, no, but I mean, are there some brands that are better than others or
So when you're going for a protein powder, you want a whey isolate. 99 if you can. No artificial flavorings, no like additives, like as limited ingredient where like your ingredient is whey. Um, I personally have talked about this in the past, but like I personally don't do any protein powder. It does not sit well in my digestive system. It's not my favorite. I'd rather just focus on nutrient dense whole foods. But protein powder can have its purpose in terms of like boosting protein for an overall meal, right? We're adding it to a shake or adding it to a protein oats or etc. If we could digest it fine, then like it's a great easy way to add protein. But I also want to like highlight that we don't want to meal replace with protein powder. It has its place of like, let's say people are really struggling with getting enough food in the day. They have a very low appetite. Maybe they're on medication that's suppressing their appetite, but we need to get those calories in and get that protein in. Then using supplementation, right? We want to look at it like a supplement.
Right.
Can be beneficial, but I don't want to like only have like I've had a client before, she was having 3 protein shakes a day. And so I was like, I'm looking at her protein, I'm like, you're killing that protein. But then when I looked at it, it was just all protein shakes. I'm like, okay, well, we're experiencing bloating, we're experiencing low energy, we're experiencing all these other symptoms because we're not getting that protein from nutrient dense whole sources. And so that's where I would highlight there. In terms of like specific brands off the top of my head, I don't have any, but there's the natural food store in Kamloops. I forget the name of it. I think
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah. Yeah. No,
yeah,
that's where I go
yeah.
to
So they
um
usually have some really great like limited ingredients sources there, and then they should have some different flavors like chocolate or caramel. But again, like think about the more that it tastes really good, there's going to be more additives in it, right? And so like those core protein, like pre-made protein shakes, absolutely delicious. They taste like an actual milkshake. They're tasty, but there's a lot of added ingredients and a lot of, stuff that is not natural. So in moderation, right? I look at those
right.
things like a treat. Like when I have a protein bar, for me, it's like I'm having a chocolate bar with some added protein in it, but I'm not going towards it like, oh, this is such a great source of protein because oftentimes they are quite high in calories. And again, we have all those additives too.
I do have this one called, can you see me or
I,
am I
nope,
hidden?
you're hidden, your camera's off.
Oh, I don't know how to do that. Anyway, I do have a Vega all-in-one shake that I have used, and it's got 20 grams of protein in it. And I really like it. It's chocolate, but they're not calling it a protein shake. It's supposed to be more of the vitamins and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
but it's still got the 20
yeah, totally. Like
20
it's
grams.
still,
And I like to have that occasionally in the morning for breakfast, and I throw a banana in it. Um, Sometimes I throw in extra cocoa. Maybe that's not a good thing, but I don't add
oh,
extra
cocoa's
sugar.
fine.
Okay.
There's no calories to it, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
like
and I throw in flaxseed, ground flaxseed.
nice. Heck yeah, great source of fiber there.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
once in a while I like to have that because that is so portable and I can take it to work and just
Totally.
sip on it in the morning.
Yeah.
So, but I don't always want chocolate, which isn't true. I always want chocolate,
I feel you,
um
girl.
there's other things like when uh like adding to pancakes or muffins or healthy whatevers,
Yeah.
like yeah. So I just want a plain
Yeah.
protein.
Yeah. There's some that are just like no flavor at all. Like
Mhm.
there's so that could be an option too, is just having a flavorless one that you can add to recipes and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I would just check for that because if you're not a fan of vanilla, then I wouldn't get vanilla. But
No.
I personally I'm a vanilla fanatic for sure.
Yeah. No, I don't really care for vanilla, especially if it's a strong vanilla. I
Hmm.
mean, sometimes vanilla. I mean, I like vanilla in certain things. I like vanilla ice cream. I just don't like I can't stand the smell of vanilla.
Hmm.
People always have like, candles and stuff
Making
like that.
even like a high protein homemade ice cream is a really great thing too. If you just have like vanilla protein that you don't know what to do with, that's another option is you can make some homemade vanilla protein ice cream.
What do you make your ice cream out of?
Let me pull up in the on-demand section. I'm pretty sure I added that recipe in there. It's not a vanilla one. I put in I think it's a mint chocolate chip I put in there. Um, but I have had quite a few people make the ice cream and say that it was absolutely delicious. and a
I
great
w-
way to curb those
I
sweet
was
cravings.
looking through um the recipes, but because I was looking for something sweet,
Yeah, so
like
under
some
the snacks, it calls for cottage cheese, maple syrup, vanilla extract,
well, I
peppermint
don't have
extract.
snacks on here.
If you go in the on-demand section
Yeah.
and then go to it should say like view more or view all in the
View.
yeah.
So there's more.
Oh yeah.
I see.
Oh, there's all the fun
Oh, high
stuff.
protein snacks.
Yeah. And then view more. I don't know why it's like that. I wish they would just give you the whole scroll page for
Those
some reason.
cheesecake bites look good.
Oh yeah. I love cheesecake. But yeah, the high protein ice cream, like you put it all in a blender, and again you can add that scoop of protein powder in there instead of doing like the vanilla extract, and that's gonna boost your protein as well. But it's basically just cottage cheese ice cream. Um, yeah.
Oh, cottage cheese, right. Oh yeah, the chocolate mousse looks good too.
Yeah, there's tons of yummy recipes in
Yeah,
there.
because I want to find some kind of recipe for like a little protein ball or something. Like just like a little sort of like a cookie, only it's just usually not cooked. It's just
Yeah, I think there should be
I'm
energy
sh-
balls in there as
yeah,
well, if I'm
I'm
not
sure
mistaken.
I didn't see one.
Mm.
Oh, that
Peanut butter energy balls. Those guys are delicious.
oh
Oh
the
my
bars.
goodness.
Okay.
The balls.
No, I
The
don't
bars
see
are
them.
good too, but it says it's right under the edamame with sea salt.
Oh, there it is.
And again, like take these recipes with a grain of salt. Like you can play around with these. Like this one doesn't call for protein powder, but when I've made these in the past, I add a ton of protein powder to the mix so that they're not just an energy
Right.
ball. They're actually getting some protein in it as well. Um, but yeah, those ones are a really, really tasty one as well.
Yeah, and the coconut
So
would make
good.
it sweet.
You could
Would
do
put
you could
some
do the sweet
sweetness in
or
it.
unflavored as well, but the texture of the coconut I find is really nice in the energy balls.
Oh yeah, no, I would like that. I don't have to have the sweet, even unsweetened coconut still
Yeah,
to me tastes a bit sweet.
yeah. I love shredded coconut.
Ah, little baby chocolate chips. Okay, that sounds good because sometimes I need something that's, we still have lots of chocolate at work that people bring us. And they brought us, one place brought us two gorgeous boxes I'd never seen before. And I looked them up and they're both worth between 50 and $60 a box.
What? The
So
chocolate?
they're really, really good.
One thing that I'm doing right now that you guys see me doing is I'm adding my collagen and I do one scoop. So like typically like I make a French press and then I'll do 2 cups of these from that French press. And so each cup I'll do 1 scoop of my collagen and then 1 scoop of my creatine. Creatine, fun fact. If you experience some bloating or digestive issues when taking your creatine, adding it to hot water can help with digestion because creatine doesn't like to be digested with cold water as much. So, one way to do that, because I don't want to drink warm water, is I can just add it to my coffee. And I notice zero difference adding powders to a hot beverage versus when I'm having like a pre-workout drink at the gym and I add all of my powders in there. Oftentimes it kind of gets chalky at the bottom. And so this is a really great way to still get your powders in. If you're having like a tea or a coffee in a hot liquid, it'll dissolve better and you won't have that chalkiness at the end.
And what do the collagen and creatine do? I know you did the workshop on the creatine and I haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah, so creatine is going to be your game changing supplement. And like as you girls know, I'm not like a huge supplement girl. But creatine is one that I say is a non-negotiable for myself. for majority of people, unless you have pre-existing kidney issues, and I would definitely speak to your doctor first. But creatine is the most studied supplement that there is, and it's one of the safest supplements that exist. It is extremely beneficial for increasing energy in your body. So if you notice that you struggle with brain fog, you struggle with progressive overload, you're struggling with getting through the day energetically, creatine is amazing for energy. You could take it at any time of the day. It does not need to be taken at the same day. It's still going to carry its benefits. So I like to have it in the morning because I'm going to get all of the benefits there. I like to double my dose. There has been research that shows up to like 40 milligrams of creatine has been extremely beneficial for cognitive health. And so this is one of the supplements that was recommended to me when I had gotten my concussion, and to really help decrease inflammation in the brain and help it basically like strengthens the neural connections that are damaged when you get a concussion or any type of traumatic brain injury. And so that was the number one thing that I had started taking it for. The next thing is it really helps promote blood flow to your muscles. So taking this before or during your workout can really help with your workout performance and feeling stronger, and even seeing a little pump after your workouts. You're like, ooh, like my biceps are looking good, or like the booty be pumping. That's because it's bringing additional water to your muscles to make them look nice and full. And then it also really helps with your recovery, so decreasing muscle soreness after a workout. So this guy here, really, really beneficial if you struggle with brain fog at work. I definitely suggest at least doubling your dose, which is gonna, because like the first 5 milligrams, like that standard dose, goes straight to your muscles. Your muscles are super greedy and they want all of the creatine. After about 5, then they become saturated. Now the extra creatine that we're taking is going directly to the brain for those cognitive benefits. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You know what? I never get sore after my workouts. So I was wondering about that and I thought, well, maybe I'm not working out hard enough.
No, we actually don't want to be sore after every workout. That is such a
Okay, good.
misconception that like when people get into fitness, they're like, well, I'm not sore after my workout, so it must have not gone hard enough. No, we don't want to be sore after every single workout. If you are sore after every single workout, we are doing something wrong. We are not resting properly. We are not hydrating properly. We are not giving ourselves enough protein. We're not fueling ourselves adequately. There's something missing. Like, so when we start a new program, it is very common that the first couple weeks we're going to experience a muscle soreness. If we haven't worked out in a while and we start a new program, we're going to experience muscle soreness. Of course, that totally makes sense because we're waking up new muscles, right? And every time we switch a program, we're waking up new muscles, which Christine, you're going to probably experience next week because we're switching you up. So, fair warning. And so when you're working different muscles that haven't been worked, they're going to wake up. We're going to be creating micro tears and we're going to experience the DOMS. Now, if we are supplementing adequately and we're fueling our bodies efficiently, it's going to decrease those DOMS, as well as like if let's say we just did a heavy leg day. It's very, very beneficial, even though our legs are sore, to go for a walk, promoting blood flow, which is going to speed up our recovery, even though like it's probably the last thing that we want to do. Movement is the best medicine. But if you're not experiencing muscle soreness, but we are like, if you're not experiencing muscle soreness and you're keeping the same reps in the same weight, that makes sense because we're not creating muscular tears. But if we're progressively overloading, either A, by increasing our reps or increasing our weight each week, and we're not experiencing muscle soreness, then that just means that you're doing your job properly and making sure you're getting enough protein, you're getting enough rest, hydration, etc., in order to fully recover and not have as much DOMS. Does that make sense?
Yep,
Amazing.
absolutely.
And then
The other th
sorry.
what does the collagen do?
Yeah. So collagen is really, really beneficial for hair, nail, and joint health. So if we're experiencing joint pain, if we're experiencing brittle nails, we're experiencing hair breakage, stuff like that, that's where collagen really has its place and it's going to help repair those areas. So for these guys here, I really like this one. It's a grass-fed bovine. It is twice as fast for absorption as per se. It's unflavored as well. And then you want a standard between 10 and 20 grams. If you're looking for more joint health specifically, you're experiencing some joint pain, then go for the 20 grams. If you're looking more for just like nail and hair and skin health, then 10 grams will do. 2 scoops of this gives you that first serving of 10 grams, if that is
So
helpful.
it's not going to get rid of my wrinkles.
It can help with skin elasticity. but it's
Hmm.
not going to be like a specific wrinkle supplement. And
Okay.
also, what a luxury it is to have wrinkles.
It
Okay.
is.
Like, how cool is it that we have the privilege to age gracefully and have experience of life on our face? And like, I know that so many women are doing like all these procedures to like tighten up their skin and not get wrinkles, but it's really sad to think because it's like that is such a privilege. Like, you earn those. Like, we you got to live, right? Like, I don't understand when wrinkles became such a like thing that we want to get rid of, because like I think that it's just like the most beautiful thing ever. Or, like, even like the crow's eyes, like I remember my mom used to just like hate that about herself. And I'm like, that just means that you smile a lot. Like, how cool is that? That your face has literally created wrinkles around your eyes because you smiled so much throughout your life. Like, how cool is that? So I definitely want to challenge the mindset sometimes on things that we judge ourselves for, and that can be reshifted in perspective to being able to be grateful for that, because not everyone gets to live and experience getting old and getting wrinkles and living their life to their fullest, right? Like, that's a luxury.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I don't have a problem with them generally speaking, but there's a couple of them that I'd like to, smooth out a little. But if it doesn't happen, it's not going to happen. I don't, it's not going
Mhm.
to change me.
No, and like you have so many other beautiful characteristics to focus on besides a couple lines of showing that you lived your life. You
Yeah,
know, like, you're such an amazing
exactly.
human and you're so beautiful and you're so strong and you're so capable and like you're constantly challenging yourself to grow and expand. Like, those are some really great characteristics that not everybody has, right? A lot of people stay stuck in their comfort zone, but not you. You challenge yourself and you come to these calls and you expand and you ask questions. Like, that is so admirable, and like, give yourself some credit. You've been putting in the work. You've been showing up for
Yeah.
yourself. That's awesome.
Well, yeah, and I'm pretty proud of that because I've stuck to it and I'm not a great person at sticking to things.
I remember our first call, and you're like, I don't stick to nothing. I'm like, well, that's gonna change, right? It
Well,
is challenging that identity.
I work with three people who are all quite overweight.
Mm,
One more so than others, and a lot, and it's all belly fat, right? But every
mhm.
once in a while, I'll come across an exercise, not necessarily one of yours, but I look at other things for like
Totally.
resetting this and
Yeah.
stuff, and I'll say, you know what? I tried this exercise, and because I have noticed that sometimes now I'm leaning forward a little, and I think, oh God, that's an age thing, and I'm aware of it, so I'm working at that all the time, but. Um, I remember showing them just a simple exercise of putting your arms out to your side and lifting them over your head, not forward, but straight up. And and what a difference it just made me feel so good doing that. And all of these women have those issues. And I showed
Mhm.
them and I said, just try it 5 times, twice a day for a week and see if you notice a difference. No. They'd say, uh-huh, okay, good. Nope. They don't, well, so many people don't want to change their world. They want the world to change.
Well, we want the results without putting the work in, right? Like,
Yeah.
we've all been guilty in this group of like not wanting to do something, that something feels challenging, that we struggle with staying consistent with something, but
Hmm.
we know that there's benefit, and we're going to continue to show up and start to implement it because we know we're going to get the benefit and we care to experience that. But if someone has spent an entire life never showing themselves that they're capable, they lose trust in themselves, that they're not going to do the thing, that they're not going to show up, that they can't get the result because they don't trust that they can stick to it long enough to actually get the result. So why bother trying? Right? Or like, some people, I've talked to some people as of recently that are telling me, well, I don't want to track my food because I don't want to see, like, I don't want to feel like a failure and see how many calories I'm really consuming. I'm like, whether you're hiding your head in the sand and not looking, or you're addressing it, you're eating the calories the same. So
That's
like,
right.
if you feel like a failure because you're eating that many calories, you're still a failure even if you don't track it and you're not aware of it, because you're still going to gain the weight, but now we're just going to be negligent and like put the shades on and pretend like it's not happening. Like, you're not going to get any results by doing that. We have to like open up the blinds and see the reality of the situation if we want to change. And yes, that's going to be uncomfortable because oftentimes we are hiding because we feel shame. We don't want to address it. We feel guilty for the way that we're showing up. And so we just avoid it. But that's never going to fix the root cause. That's never going to get you the result that you want. And unfortunately, people are comfortable in their shades because they don't want to see the reality. They don't want to make the changes because it's going to require energy. It's going to require effort. It's going to require time. It may require money, investment, right? Like everyone in this program has had to get uncomfortable with investing in themselves. And how many of us can say that investing in ourselves has been the best investment we've ever made?
Oh, absolutely.
It feels great, but it's hard. It took a lot of convincing with us on the phone that first time, right? And being like, hey, this
Mhm.
is going to work. And you're like, I don't know, right? I've never done this before. I've never built trust with myself before. I never followed through before. What's different now? Having someone in your back corner who's going to give you the guidance and support and call you out when you need to be called out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But not everyone's ready for that. And that's a shame
Yeah,
because they
well,
never
it
get to
it
be
is,
the
yeah,
best version of
because
themselves.
well, I just feel there's the people miss out on so much
Totally.
by not, it's like being really, really a picky eater, which is not because you have digestion issues, that's a totally different thing. But
Yeah.
I know people that are really picky eaters, like really picky. And I
Me?
think, oh,
I'm so picky. I'm so picky.
really? Well, you seem to have a good variety of foods and stuff there.
I
Maybe you don't
try.
make all of them, but
I try. I try. And like all the recipes I provide, no, not all of them have I eaten because I don't love all those foods. Like I'm
okay.
a very picky eater. So like not everything that I give you guys, I know that there's stuff that you guys are gonna really love that I'm not gonna love. So I'm probably not gonna make it. But I do know some really great recipes of things that people love. But I am very basic. And I have a lot of food aversions, which is so frustrating when you have a protein goal and then all of a sudden your whole body is like, chicken, absolutely not happening. I'm like,
Your
okay.
body doesn't like chicken?
So I go through these phases and like I'll
Oh,
go through like sometimes it's steak. There's just no way I can eat a piece of steak. I'll go for months, cannot eat a piece of steak. And then all of a sudden one day it's just like, oh, steak sounds great. And then I'm on a steak kick and then I can eat steak every single day. Right. So like I go through these phases where certain things I just repulse me, cannot even think about eating them. And Christine, I'm sure you can identify it's really frustrating when you're so limited with what you can eat and then trying to figure out like what am I going to eat now when I'm just like so narrowed in and limited. And that's where you just have to adjust the plan, right? So it's like, okay, I know I love oops, where did we go? Where did we go? I know that I love Brussels sprouts, sweet potatoes. I can do ground beef right now, so I take advantage. And it's like if I eat ground beef the same way every single time, I'm gonna get real sick of it, and that's probably gonna end up in my food aversions for a little while. And so making sure that I'm mixing it up. So it's like, okay, I'll make ground beef, but I'll use it in tacos in like a taco sweet potato bowl. Maybe one day I'll make like a hamburger with it. Maybe one day I'll make meatballs with it. Maybe I'll use it in like a stir fry, right? So I'm always switching it up so it's not the same thing repetitively, but having the same things do work, right? And so I'm going to go for what I know that I can eat and then try to add variety in there so I'm not always getting bored of the same thing.
hmm. Okay. I like lots of food and
I
lots
wish
of
I did.
varieties.
Yeah, I wish I
Oh,
loved, like, I hate peppers, don't like mushrooms, like, oh, so many vegetables. I'm just like, and I've always been like that as a kid. I've tried it as an adult, and like, I've gotten Brussels sprouts in, which was a no go my whole life. So like, we're working it in,
that's really good because most people don't like
right?
them. Well, it's
I
like me
hated
with
them.
broccoli. I don't like broccoli.
Yeah, I'm a hit or miss on broccoli too. But again, it's finding the foods that you like or that you can digest well. And again, like Christine,
Mhm.
I can identify, like, I got the most sensitive stomach in the world. I am so limited on foods that are going to sit well in my belly. And like, I have to be very strategic. And so it's like getting those lactose free options has been a like game changer. Cause I remember when I started my fitness journey, oh my goodness, like lactose free cheese, lactose free milk, lactose free cottage cheese, lactose free Greek yogurt, none of that existed. It was so rare that I could find something that said lactose free. This is about a decade ago, mind you. And then in the last like 5 to 7 years, they've really been vamping because people are coming out and going, I'm lactose intolerant. Like, I can't have all these dairy products. So then the dairy companies are like, true, we're losing a lot of money because majority of people cannot process dairy because a lot of us don't have the enzyme through evolution because we're not supposed to live off of like milk, right? We're the only like species that continues to drink milk after like that developmental phase. And so a lot
Yeah.
of us don't have the enzyme called lactase to break down lactose. And so what they do with these lactose free options is they just add the enzyme in there. And so that it can be digested, just as the same as like if you were to take a lactose free pill or like the lactase pill. Personally, they never worked well for me, so I never bothered. I found that they gave me more constipation and like bloating because then I was like, yeah, it was just not a good time. But now with the lactose free options, I have zero issues. So I just tend to go for lactose free everything. But if you have a dairy sensitivity or allergy, that's not going to be the right path for you because it's still dairy. It's just adding the enzyme that lactose intolerant people don't have. But if it's specifically dairy, then you're having to choose some different alternatives that are dairy free.
Yes, because I have a one really good friend who's can't have dairy, can't have gluten.
It's very common. Very
Yeah, it
common that a
is.
lot of
It's
people
getting to
cannot
be a
have.
lot more common. I'm one of these people, I can eat pretty much anything. And when I travel,
Way to
that's what,
brag, Miss Pam. Like, no, I'm just
yeah.
kidding. I'm so envious.
Well, actually, I'm actually thrilled because when I travel, to me, food is a big part of it. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to worry about what I'm eating. I have
Totally.
one girlfriend who can't eat garlic.
I'm deathly allergic to onion. Thank God I can have garlic because my aunt
Oh,
is garlic and onion, but onion is in
onions.
everything. Like I have an
Oh,
EpiPen. Like I cannot have onion at all. And
oh, so
traveling,
eating out is
very hard.
difficult.
Yes, very difficult. Everything has to be cleared. If I get something that's cooked in the same like area as onion, it's absolute no go. Like if there's cross contamination with the
Yeah.
same knife, like it is very, very sensitive, makes it very difficult for traveling or getting takeout. And I think it's a blessing in disguise because I am such a foodie and I love food and it really restricts the amount of times I'm like, ooh, I really want to try this. And they're like, no, there's onion. I'm like, oh, that sucks. But it's usually something that's not great for me and I just want to splurge. But it has, I think, saved me in a lot of calories for sure. But it does suck because I would love to try everything or people make me food and bring me food and they don't know I'm allergic to onions. And then, like, sorry, I can't eat this.
Yeah, I actually have never heard of anybody being allergic to onions, so I am sorry for you for
It's
that.
actually 3% of the population. It's a very rare allergy to like truly be allergic to onions because it's so
Yeah,
healthy for you. It has so many health benefits and
taste
mostly,
good,
yeah, I know.
but
Such a huge
um,
flavor component to so many dishes, but
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
okay. Anyway, we've kept you a long time this
I
morning.
love it. I was not expecting today's call to go as long as it did, but I absolutely love the opportunity to have the time to hop on here with you ladies and answer your questions and share some of my journey with you to help inspire you along your journey. And so all that I ask from you ladies today is to go post your biggest takeaway in the group so that we can go help inspire other women to show up to these calls so they can gain value as well as watching the replay if they couldn't make it. The other thing, do not forget your progress photos and weekly check-in form. Go and do it right after this live so you don't forget. Sounds good?
My problem is that I need to get someone to take the pictures. I'm just not good at taking them of myself.
So what you can do, look at my cup, my phone, I'll put it on video, and then I will walk away, and then I will show front, show side, show back, show the other side, and then end the video, and then I can go through and screenshot each face. Does that make sense?
Oh, I never thought about screenshotting a video. I didn't know I could do that. Okay.
Now you could, now if you wanted to get like better with it, this is my favorite thing in the entire world. They're on Amazon for like 20, $30. And so I don't have the button on it right now because I don't know where it is, but there's a little button that connects to Bluetooth on your phone. And so then you could set up the tripod, have it face you, you have the button, and then you stand away from the camera, and then you just click the button and it takes the photo for you.
Okay, that looks great. Yeah, I have to get a little tripod too because I'm getting a monocular, so I can, instead of binoculars, I want a monocular, and I want to get a tripod for that.
I will send you the link for this one because I found like I've used a lot of them. This one is really, really awesome. It's got a really nice strong base. You can play around with how wide the base goes, but if you're
Right.
outside or whatever, it's windy, you need more stability. The wide base is really helpful, as well as it like extends forever. It's like almost as
Oh,
tall
that's
as me.
good.
So it extends really well, and it can turn this part here to face. So it's like if I want the camera facing like this way, I can have it facing this way, or I can have it facing this way, and I can just switch it around. And you can also turn this part here so that you can
Yeah.
have different landscape or portrait views. But yeah, this one's a really strong one. I've gotten like 3 of them so far because I love these so much. And I have them in like all my bags and all over my van.
Oh, that's great. Yes, if you send me that link, I will order one. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send that right over to you. Any other questions or concerns before we head off?
No, I'm good.
Nope.
Amazing.
Lots.
Did we gain some value from today's call?
Oh, lots of value. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you, Lucy.
Yay! Of course. Thank you, ladies, for taking time out of your busy Sundays and coming to join and spend some time with me, learning and growing and evolving. Don't forget, post your biggest takeaway in the group and get your weekly photos and check-in form back to me as soon as possible so that I can review that and make sure that we are staying on track. And that self-accountability with you too. That check-in form isn't just for me, it's also for you to check in and review your week, right? That's why I added those questions in of like checking in out of the week. How many days were we consistent with all of our habits and goals so that you can actually review it versus me just being like, hey, we missed this. Like you get to sit down and go, oh, wow, this week I felt like I was really good, but I only hit this twice or whatever, right? So it really brings that awareness to know where do we need to bring our energy and focus going into the next week.
Okay,
Amazing.
great.
Ladies, you
Okay.
enjoy the rest of your beautiful weekends. Go do
Thank you.
something fun for yourself today. It's Sunday Fun Day. Looking forward to hearing what you do for fun today. And I look forward to hearing you guys on the next one.
Okay. Thank you, Lucy. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You.
Bye.
Bye, Christine.
See you.